Welcome back to Northern High 420. Today I'm going to cover my top 5 battery portables as far as my reach test goes. These are the ones that I like the best. It's not the most potent vapor. It's not the best value one. It's not the best on water. These are the 5 I'm most likely to grab, and this is the first breakdown we're going to do. First up is the Firewood Fat X, also known as the Firewood 10. Nice little bowl in there. Inside of here you have some storage space for some more herb. You can store about 3 more bowls in there, and it works as a debowler tool. Slides together pretty easily. And this side right here works as a tamp tool. Super convenient little device. On this side you have a removable 18650 battery. Removable stem works with other Dynavaps. So basically a Dynavap stem, as long as it fits in that hole, will work. Nice, small, and pocketable. Downside is in your pocket with change, you might scratch the device, but other than that, this is a very good vape for a walk. It's the one I usually grab with me, and this is my number 5 favorite portable device. At number 4, we have the Lamart Bakx. With this device, it's really great. It's one of the best hitters out there, if not the best. Twist and pull, works on a magnet. I usually load this up with broken apart buds. I don't grind for this one. Or I use it with hash, which is mainly how I use it. Inside of here, the one downside is you want to go into settings, atomizer, and then check the resistance on the coil before hitting. If you don't do that, you might over roast or under roast the bowl. I find this to be a little bit more of a finicky system. Once it's hot, you can actually remove the stem and just take a hit natively off the stem also. Helps for reducing chances of combustion. If you feel like you overheated, you can pull it out, let it cool down a little bit. Overall, really nice little device. Looks great. Not very pocketable. That's why I don't use it a lot. If it was more pocketable, I'd probably use it more. And then the fact that I'm not trying to get it scratched is another reason I like it in the pocket. Otherwise, it's kind of awkward. You can also get a 510 extension and use it with just this part on. You can put this part down somewhere and use this on a cable. Not really for me. I've used it that way on water a few times, but overall, this is definitely more of an artisanal device. Not something I'd get if you're new to vaping. Be something I'd get if you come from 510 box mods, DNA mods. You might be able to figure this one out pretty well. It's something that, as far as a process though, if you're coming from a Nick vape and a DNA mod, you probably won't have many problems with this. It'll be a process that you're pretty comfortable with. If you're new to those, it's going to take a little while to learn. Once you get it down, it's great. But this one's a little finickier. Doesn't really fit well in the pocket. That's why it's not my most used device, but I use it quite often. Next up, we have the Venty. This was my main carry for quite a while before the Frolic came out. Twist and pull to load. A little shake. Gets all the herb out. You can drop this device and not worry about it a ton. Plastic buy. It's one of the reasons I use it a lot on the go. The other thing is with adjustable airflow, it's super comfortable to use. If I'm out in the woods hiking or doing something a little more strenuous, this is one I can use comfortably and not really worry about. Tends to come with me quite a bit. Since getting the Frolic, I don't use it as much. I find them to be fairly similar in the things I like about them, other than the Frolic is a lot bigger of a hitter. But overall, this is a very good device. I have really nothing bad to say about this one at all. Seen this one for about $3.19. I consider that a pretty good value for it. But this is my number 3. At number 2, we have the Taffy Bowl, Series 2. Magnetic connection, kind of clicks in. Or when you put it in, it clicks into place. Got these little potters. Easy to load. Comes with a grinder. You can just basically load it up, grind it. Fill your pots without a bunch of bullshit. Inside the Taffy Bowl vault from Delta 3D, I can store 7 pots and 1 in the chamber. And also have about 20 bowls on the battery life. So in those regards, this is impossible to beat if you're going to throw it in your car and you need something to last all day. This is the one. Also, when you pick on the couch, I take this to, say, family events, taking it to the 4th of July, put a cup on it. People don't have a lot of questions. Looks like a silly-ass cup, but it's still a cup. People don't assume it's a vape. Fastest heat up time by far. Hit the button. 2 seconds, I think they say, but it feels faster than that. It makes everything else feel slow. Extraction, you can do couple puffs on it, or you can clear it in one hit. I always clear mine in one hit. As far as One tap inhale, it has breath sensing. If you don't inhale, it's going to stop heating. Or you can hold the button for more of an on-demand experience, where if you keep holding that button, it's going to keep sending power, get a bigger rip. Overall, I love this device. This is one I would not overlook because you think it's a cup. If you have something that you're just looking to get great vapor off of, this is probably the best one overall when it comes to vapor for flavor and power. Hard to beat this one. And that is my number 2 device. At number 1, no surprise, the Limelight Frolic. I've loved this since the first time I've tried it. I have not had the O-ring problem where it tears. Mine's still the first one. I do have a new cooling unit on the way. It shipped last week from Limelight, and it's supposed to resolve a lot of these issues. A new screen position to keep the herb from moving up into the screen when you inhale. I believe the mouthpiece problem's fixed where mine was falling off. This one's not as bad, but my straight mouthpiece, it fall off. You probably noticed that in my walk and talk videos. That's why I'm using this one currently. You also have airflow adjustment right here. It's very open. When you hit the power button on this, you have on demand. It's the only way I use it. You can put it in session mode. I don't recommend it. On demand is where it's at for the Frolic. If you're looking for a session vape, maybe look at the Venty. It's probably a little better at it that way. The Frolic to me is an on-demand device, and it works best that way. You have USB-C on the bottom, nice clean design. I wish they'd put this on the side because I do worry about setting this down on a screw when I'm working in the garage and possibly damaging the screen. But other than that, another plastic device. Not too worried about it, not afraid to throw this one. Done it before on my walk and talk. I have really not much bad to say about mine. I haven't experienced a lot of the problems some other people have experienced with it as far as having to reset the TCR. Mine was fine. Overall, this is my favorite device. It's going to win a few categories probably for me. I think it's the hardest hitting device. I think the flavor is above average. It's not up there with, say, the Taffy Bowl, the Solo 3, or the Tiny Mite 2, but it's good enough for the power you're getting. This is the closest thing I have to a desktop replacement in a portable, and it's actually portable. Pretty nice size. I mean, it's a little heftier than, say, the Fat X, but overall, I have very little bad to say about this. I heard one reviewer say that it's a little harsh. I don't find it that harsh, and I run mine at 464. I think you just got to man up a little bit and take the heat. We are vaping here. But yeah, this is my number 1 device. So as a quick recap, we had the Firewood Fat X at number 5. We had the Lamart Bakx at number 4. The Storz and Bickel Venty at number 3. The Taffy Bowl Series 2 at number 2. And the Limelight Frolic at number 1. And this is going to wrap up my portable reach test. These are the ones that win my reaches. So this isn't best overall, this is my portable reach winner. Until next time, have a good day, and see you guys all later on the next one. Bye.